Hello everyone, my name is Dai Lin. I am a senior researcher at Center for Software Excellence, Huawei, Canada. I'm presenting our paper titled Building the Perfect Game, an empirical study of game modifications, co-authored with Daniel Lee, Professor Korpo Benzmer, and Professor Ahmed Hassan. This is a journal-first presentation, and the paper has been published at the Empirical Software Engineering Journal. In recent years, the market of games has been increasing significantly, with a $159 billion market value in 2020. To meet the rising demands from gamers, game developers are often pressured to work for extra long hours, resulting in the so-called crunch culture. Such a toxic development environment has caused strong backlash from the community, in some cases even lead to certain games being boycotted. One possible solution we think may help developers with player demands is to build and maintain an active modding community. Let's take the game The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim as an example. The game was released on November 11, 2011, and is still receiving updates on Steam in March 2021, almost 10 years after its initial release. Gamepedia calls it the game that just won't die, and attributes its success to its large number of mods. Mods are modifications to the original game created by a group of people in the gaming community called modders. For example, after playing the Skyrim game, a group of modders believed the UI of the game can be improved. So they created a mod called SkyUI5 that changes the UI of Skyrim to their preference. Today, SkyUI has been used by around 6 million Skyrim players. SkyUI is not the only popular mod of Skyrim. In total, more than 4,000 mods have been created for Skyrim over the years, contributing to the longevity of the game. To better understand how can game developers utilize modding community to meet player demands, we investigated two critical components of an active modding community in a series of studies. First, an active modding community should have mods continuously being developed and maintained. And second, the mods should continuously be adopted by original game players. My colleague Gopi has just presented our study on the continuous adoption of mods by analyzing Minecraft mods on the CurseForge platform. And in this presentation, I will discuss our study on the continuous development of mods by analyzing the mods on Nexus Mods platform. Nexus Mods is one of the largest distribution platforms for game mods. We studied the top 20 most modded games on Nexus Mods and collected the information of their mods. We focused on high-quality mods with at least 1,000 endorsements. In total, we studied 9.5 thousand mods, along with their 1.8 million files, 35,000 bug reports, and 109,000 comments under the bug reports. We first conducted a preliminary study to understand the characteristics of mods on the Nexus Mod platform. We then answered two research questions. What is the release schedule of mods, and how well is the post-release support of mods? Due to the time limitation, I will highlight a subset of findings in the rest of the presentation. For more details and findings on the study, please check out our full article on the Empirical Software Engineering Journal. For the preliminary study, we noticed that role-playing games are the most popular games for modding on Nexus Mods, with Skyrim having the most number of mods. In fact, 18 of the top 20 games we studied belong to the RPG genre. We also noticed that the mods of games that provides official support for modding receives a statistically significantly higher endorsement ratio than mods of games without official modding support. This inspired us to look deeper into the impact of official modding support in the following research questions. In research question 1, we wanted to understand what factors can impact the schedule of mods being released, so that developers can leverage the information to create a more active modding community. We found that the mods of games with official modding support not only receives higher endorsement ratio, as we mentioned earlier, but also are released faster than mods of games without such support. Figure on the left shows accumulated percentage of mods that were released on a particular day after the initial game release. We compare games from the same franchise to control for other potential factors, such as the target audience. The XCOM franchise does not have official modding support for XCOM Enemy Unknown, the red line in the figure, but added the official support for XCOM 2, the black line in the figure. It is very clear that mods for XCOM 2 were released much faster. Figure on the right is for another franchise, Dragon Age, but in this case, official modding supports were removed in the Dragon Age Inquisition game, the black line in the figure, which was released after Dragon Age 1 and 2. We can see that with the official modding support dropped, the mods were released slower even though the game is a sequel of the other two. In this figure, we compare the release speed across Fallout and Skyrim franchise. Fallout New Vegas, a sequel, supports the same modding tools as Fallout 3. And in the case of Fallout 4, it supports the same modding tools as Skyrim. We can see that mods for Fallout New Vegas, the green line, were released faster than mods for Fallout 3, the red line. And mods for Fallout 4, the black line, were released faster than mods for Skyrim, the pink line. This finding indicates that supporting the same modding tool across games is associated with faster mod releases. Finally, the outlier, mods for Skyrim Special Edition, the blue line, has an extremely fast release speed, with 42% of mods being released in the first week after the game's initial release. This is because it's mostly a graphical update to Skyrim, making mods easily portable between the two. In the last research question, we look at the post-release support of mods, specifically how and how fast modders deal with user-submitted bug reports for mods. We found that mods on Nexus Mods have a median of 67% of bug reports with the new issue status. In comparison, prior studies report around 18 to 33% of bug reports in Eclipse and Firefox project, having a status equivalent to new issue here. There are many potential explanations, such as the scale of development teams for mods are usually small, and players often install multiple mods on the same game, making it hard to know which mod is causing the bug. Another interesting potential explanation might be related to the quality of bug reports. Through manual investigation, we noticed that many bug reports on Nexus Mod platform have a very low quality. To better understand the quality of bug reports, we use the features proposed by Badenberg et al. The number of itemizations, the number of code samples, the number of stack traces, and the number of screenshots in a bug report. We can see from this table that a very low percentage of bug reports on Nexus Mods provides information along these four features. So the vast majority of bug reports for mods on Nexus Mods are of low quality. One interesting observation is that bug reports for media mods, which are mostly a bundle of media files, have a higher percentage of code samples than non-media mods. We manually checked those bug reports and found that the code samples are mostly configuration files to activate mods. With the findings from this study, we provide the following 4 suggestions to mod developers and mod distribution platforms to support active mod development. First, game developers who desire a modding community for their game should consider supporting an official modding tool. Second, game developers should not only provide support for creating a mod, but also for maintaining it. For mod distribution platforms, they should consider providing tools for detecting conflicts between mods. In addition, Nexus Mods should improve its bug reporting system, for example, by guiding users better when submitting a bug report. In summary, building and maintaining an active modding community can help extend a game's longevity. There are 2 aspects to build an active modding community: active mod development and active mod adoption. To help developers support active mod development, we studied 9,500 mods on Nexus Mods and looked at the characteristics of mods for the most modded games, the release schedule of mods, and the post-release support of mods. We then proposed 4 suggestions for game developers and mod distribution platforms to better support active mod development. Thanks for attending my presentation, and I will be happy to answer any questions.